Well, who was it that just told me a story about meeting him?
It's not really to criticize, it's just to say that, you know.
Well, he's also been retroactively diagnosed with somewhere on the autism spectrum.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, and many really, you know, really brilliant people.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, and someone just read me a list of all the great people that had autism, a degree of it. I couldn't believe it. It's just about everybody. If you want to be great, you need to be autistic.
They just
If you want to be an artist, you want to be
Well,
bipolar.
but the autism definition now is so broad
Mm-hmm.
that so much is included
Yeah,
in
they
it.
didn't diagnose it.
Yeah, somebody also, who was it here in the audience, just told me about a story they heard about Einstein, that someone met him on a personal basis, and Einstein walked into his store and was buying something, and he happened to mention that he played the violin, and Einstein said, well, I play the violin too, and invited him over. Who was it that
That was
told me
Arthur. He's not here today.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
And so Einstein, the guy thought, well, I'll never hear from him again. But a couple of days later, Einstein called him up and invited him over. Brought his violin, they had tea together and cake, and they played violin duets together, and he became a lifelong friend. Here's just a stranger, a guy who operated a grocery store. And they became lifelong friends and wrote letters back and forth, and those letters have just been published, I think, in a book. And so that's coming out sooner, or maybe it's out already, but that's the personal side of a great man that we don't often hear about.
I just want to clarify, Arthur was telling the story of someone he knew?
Yeah,
Met
yeah.
Einstein? Because I was like, Arthur's not that old.
No, he's not that old. No, I think it was it was a relative of his.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the theory of relativity.
Right.
Sorry.
Well done. Well done.
Horrible joke, yes. And there it is.
Well, I want to thank Matt again. You did a great job. I don't know how he latched onto this. If you ever heard Einstein's voice, Einstein, unfortunately, was very dry, and he spoke in a monotone, and he didn't have much expression. And so Matt replicated that perfectly. I said, Matt, don't do it so well. I say,
Gonna lose the
be
audience.
a little more slow. You can speed up or be a little more slow at times, and use your hand a little bit. I never saw Einstein talk, but I'm assuming that he used his hand a little bit.
I don't think well, when I saw him on YouTube, I saw him reading a speech, and he was pretty much at the podium, kind of slouched in, reading straight from his notes.
Yeah.
He paused a lot between sentences. There wasn't like it was just like it was very sort of a terse ending between sentences. And it gave me the impression that maybe he probably wasn't comfortable with public speaking.
Yes, he wasn't. Right.
Well, Matt's got a little local acting too, right?
Yeah.
A little bit.
He's recently back.
This may be the springboard to future.
Future Einstein appearance.
Well, actually, what we want to do, we've
Yeah,
had
Einstein and Darwin.
We've had
That's what I'm
Darwin
saying.
and Einstein now, and we'd like to do some more on famous people and research what they said and what they really felt, and hopefully bring it to life. You folks here, as much as you're all intellectual and read, you may not have read all of these sayings of Einstein, so I think we served a purpose by serving them up to you on a platter, so now you know, even though you didn't have to search them out, but now you know a little bit more about Einstein.
What was it, Galileo's Last Day in Hell we did on the podcast?
Yes.
I need to act that out.
And we're actually working on.
Yes.
Funny you should mention that, Rita. Steve, Craig, and I.
Podcast a long time ago.
Yeah, well, Steve, Craig, and I, we sort of updated it a little bit, and we're hoping to. We've actually already done the recording, and we're hoping to actually put it online as like a full audio play with sound effects.
With sound effects
Yeah.
and reverberations, and we're doing things with voices. Steve Durer is doing a wonderful job. And we have little sounds of little black imps with horns and long tails. And
Just one little black imp.
one, yeah. Well,
Don't exaggerate.
Do an impersonation of an imp.
Of an imp?
He's going to do
Oh,
the
I
imp.
don't know.
Can you get out of here, Jewish German? But we'll do that, and we'll videotape it, and we're gonna try to put that on YouTube, and hopefully maybe do this and put it on YouTube as well.
Cool.
Great, well, thank you all for
Well,
coming.
thank you.